So will printing a set to the ground make it super cheap? Or will not printing it at all, very scarce, make it very expensive? So I have a couple of examples here. Looking back on the Sword and Shield era, if you recognize this, it's Astral Radiance, which was Sword and Shield 10, the 10th set in that era, so it was fairly on. And I mean, out of the entire era, it's not a bad set. But we're going to be comparing it to two other sets here, just to kind of illustrate exactly what I'm talking about. Astral Radiance wasn't printed nearly as much as some of the other popular sets in the era, and demand for it wasn't that much. Now, we can look at the pricing here and what it's currently sitting at. And this is 270. This is a USD, so you have a USD 270 roughly. And I mean, obviously it's a lot more expensive than what it was before. It's jumped up a lot since January of this year, but I mean, so is everything. So I mean, everything's jumped up. But here's how you have one example here. The price is kind of stagnant. I mean, I think it's a good set, but obviously I don't think one of the main factors was it didn't have that one chase card that everyone was going after. Whereas Silver Tempest, for example, was a very popular set. It was one of the last sets to come out, and one of the last sets printed. They did a reprint of this set at the end of the Sword and Shield era, and they printed a lot of it, which is why there's still Silver Tempest. It was one of the last booster boxes left on the store, Pokemon Center. It was available everywhere. Product, massive. So much product was printed of Silver Tempest. And if you look at the pricing, same price, roughly. As I'm sure you're aware, you have the chase card in this set. You have the Lugia V, which is a massive chase. It's a pretty expensive card. It's hard to pull. Obviously, that's a contributing factor to making the set, as well as some other stuff. But obviously, Silver Tempest was a more popular set. Well more printed than the Astral Radiance. And they're still sitting at around the same price right now. Even if you do print more of a set, it doesn't necessarily mean that that set's going to be cheaper even in the short term, long term. You dating back to the same thing, January of this year, it was more expensive even then than Astral Radiance. Than Astral Radiance was 3 months ago. Another example we have here, Lost Origin. Came out after Astral Radiance, right before Silver Tempest, and also a very popular set. Was also reprinted heavily with Silver Tempest. It was released, I think it was December of 2022. I don't know. But yeah, you have the chase card again. Once again, in this set, Giratina, very popular set, printed heavily. It went out. It was sold out. It was sold out a lot quicker than Silver Tempest did on Pokemon Center. And Astral Radiance, I think, sold out before both of them because it was never reprinted. I could be wrong there, but I think so. Either way, Silver Tempest was one of the last Sword and Shield boxes left on that was widely available. Astral Radiance product is still available, like up until now, up until recently. But even Astral Radiance, the booster boxes have been available for a while at Pokemon Center. But we look at the price here for Lost Origin, and it's $393, so it's even higher than both Silver Tempest and Astral Radiance. So just kind of it's a small sample size here, but it kind of illustrates one aspect of it, that even if you print a set heavily, they can still sell out a lot quicker, and the price can still rise a lot more. And just due to the people wanting to open packs, the set being a lot better. I think all sets are great. I'm a fan of Astral Radiance, to be honest, but it doesn't have those chase cards that everyone wants. It doesn't have the Giratina, doesn't have the Lugia. And at the end of the day, that can be a driving factor in a set. I mean, look at Twilight Masquerade. You have the Greninja for that set, and it's one of the most sought-after sets in this era. So now this isn't to say that prices can't go down in the short term, because they can and they do. So I'm not trying to scare anyone off here, saying that for these new sets that are ridiculous prices right now, they're not going to go down. No, they definitely will if they're printed. This is a better outlook for sets that have been out for 1, 2, 3 years already. Long term, I can't tell you if this is how it's going to be, but I mean, if I had to guess, I would think Lost Origin, Silver Tempest are still gonna outperform Astral Radiance just because they are perceived as better sets. Demand is a crucial factor. That's like I said in my previous video, for Destined Rivals or these sets that are really high in demand, you can print them to oblivion. And if I had to bet on Destined Rivals versus Astral Radiance, which one will be a higher price? I mean, look at the price now of Destined Rivals. So all we can hope is they print more, or Pokemon dies out. But I don't personally want that, and I don't think a lot of other people would either.